Hey everybody, it's Joe here from Living to Learn. I'm just packing for a hike on Wednesday that I plan on taking, and I just realised that I lost one of my toggles. People may ask why a reductionist or minimalist guy like me carries pre-made wooden toggles, but they're just a handy calorie saving one. They're about yay big, as you can see here. A toggle doesn't have to be anything fancy, just a short stick, and these work for everything, for tightening up tarps and a bottle hanger like I want to show you guys here. It's a really simple thing to make, and it saves an awful lot of hassle. I don't see people using it often, especially when taking stuff out of the fire. I was talking on an episode of the podcast Trial by Fire recently with Porrick Crook about how sometimes when you're out in the woods a lot, it's nice to build these big fancy projects like I like to do. I love me a big fancy pot hanger, but sometimes you just need something small to get your bottle out of the fire, and this is the method that I would use, and I don't see many people using it. But basically what you're doing is creating a toggle that drops down inside your bottle, so it just has to be roughly the width, no precision measurement. I just snap this off and cut it down to size, and that drops into your bottle, and what it does is it turns slightly and catches on the lip. And this works on anything, whether it's an Nalgene or a Klean Kanteen. It's pretty simple. So there you go. The only important thing I've learned is the knot that you use to secure your toggle, because sometimes it'll fall into your bottle and you're trying to get it out of the fire, and the knot is usually what it slides out of, rather than the toggle failing. At camp, normally what I would do is I'd make one. This is just a short one for demonstration purposes, but I'd make one that was maybe 4 to 5 feet long, so I could stand over the fire, drop it into my bottle and pick it up. Easy game, easy life. So the first thing you want to do is take your toggle. You may decide to just round off the edges. Some people will do that. It's a green stick I just snapped off. Again, you don't have to. You're doing bushcraft on the fly. But next of all, what you want to do is take your string, and you want to put a stop knot in this end of it here. What you do then is fold it, like so. So it gives you a loop. Fold that loop back on itself and pull it through. So you end up with something like an alpine butterfly knot. And once you do that, you can pinch it together, pass it through, and tighten it down. And like I said earlier about the toggle failing, it's usually because the knot here fails, but with that stop knot in the back of it and this kind of faux clove hitch affair going on, it won't happen. So I'll show you that again really quickly. It's an easy one to get undone. If you slide it off your toggle, it should just all fall apart. So you take your line with your stop knot in it, you fold it, and then you fold it again and just pinch it through. So you end up with your double loops, or should look something like that. Pass your toggle through and tighten it all up. And what I've found, especially if it's a bottle hanger, is just to slightly offset it on the stick. So you're not aiming for center here, you're just slightly off, because what that will do is cause it to catch, but it also makes it easy to retrieve. So then when you go to your campfire, you can simply drop it into your bottle and lift it up. And then when you want to retrieve it, just a quick flick of the wrist, and out it goes. This is a great one to know, and a handy one. Even that knot's handy for future down the road. But if you want to use, say you're using a bush pot or a Morse pot, you make the toggle slightly bigger and you can get it in around the handles and lift it up. So if you have this on a nice 4 feet piece of string, you can drop it down into your bottle and pick it up. Works with any bottle, and is a handy way to save the fingers from being a bit toasty and that. Just be careful of your wood choices, because at the end of the day you're going to be dropping a stick into your clean water. If you're using a dead stick, try and trim the bark off it, get as much of it off it as you can. But if you're using a live wood stick, it shouldn't be a hassle. So there you go. Simple, but a handy one to have around camp. Happy Monday, and I hope the week is kind to you. I'll catch up with you later on. Joe from Living to Learn, out.